Hi everybody and welcome to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. On this video we have a story from Relationship Advice with an update and one from Petty Revenge. So if you want to get started with the stories, just go ahead and use the timestamps below the video. Now I'd like to give a quick shout out to everyone that supports me. Thank you so much, it really means a lot to me. Now let's get started with those stories. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice, and it's from user throwaway mom reconnect. Treated my mom like crap when she came out of the closet. How can I make it up to her and apologize? My mom and I, 20 male, don't talk anymore, and it's my fault. When I was 13, my parents separated, and I was mostly living with my dad because my mom didn't have anything. He had control of all their money. She had to go back to live with her mom. Then, like a year later, she decided to come out to everyone. That was all new to me, and it was huge. My dad talked about a lot of crap. He was really mad she left him. Then, he was telling me she didn't want to see me anymore because she's living with her new wife without me. How she's an evil bitch and a dieseler. He told me lots of stuff that wasn't true, and it made me hate her. How she abandoned me when in reality she tried to fight for custody of me. But it was hard when she hadn't worked in years and had no money. My dad got full custody of me and she had visitation. But I made it so hard because of how much I hated her for breaking our family. I called her stuff, was super mean to her girlfriend. She wanted to try therapy and I didn't want to. Then, I think when I was like 16, I remember she asked me and was crying, what can she do to help me be happy with her? I told her I'll be happy when she burns. Literally said it like that. My mom got quiet after that. At that moment, she said if I only want to be at my dad's, then that's fine and she won't force me to see her anymore if I don't want to. Just that she loves me and to call her when I'm ready. That's the last time we talked. So it's been 4 years of nothing. I didn't even invite her to my graduation. I've been thinking a lot about how I was with her back then. I've also dealt with some stuff in my life and started to see my dad for who and how he is. I'm noticing now that he really is a controlling a-hole. About how he used to be with her even when I was growing up. Sometimes I tell my girlfriend how he was with her back then and even she says he was abusive as F. Even if he wasn't hitting her. I've just been learning a lot of the stuff he said about her isn't true and it's made me feel like crap. I treated my mom so bad and I want to reach out. It's 4 years since we talked though. Zero communication. I don't even know what to say. I basically kicked her out of my life just for leaving my dad and then coming out as gay. Is there really anything I can say now that it's been so much time not being in each other's lives? Is she gonna wanna see me for how I treated her? I don't know what I'm supposed to do to show her I'm sorry or how can we rebuild a relationship? OP, in my opinion, you just need to reach out and say that you want to talk to her. She's your mom and I'm sure she still loves you regardless of how you treated her back then because she knows exactly what your dad is like. You were an angry kid who really didn't know anything of what was going on in reality and you just lashed out at her. I'm sure she knows this and doesn't blame you for anything. She fought as hard as she could to keep you in her life until the moment that you just didn't want her anymore and she told you, when you're ready, reach out to me. I'm pretty sure she's been waiting for you to do this, so just go ahead and do it. I don't think there's anything in particular that you have to say. Just say, hi mom, I'd like to get together and talk to you. If I was in your mom's shoes and I was estranged from my son this way, I really wouldn't care about the exact words that he would put in the message or the phone call or whatever way he uses to reach out to me. I would just be incredibly overjoyed that he's reaching out and I want to start building something from there. It's not your fault that you were manipulated by your dad, OP, and I'm sure she knows this. So don't let fear or shame stop you from trying to build a relationship with her. What do you guys think? What would you tell OP in this situation? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they had to say about this. Ishta Kitty says, I have a friend in her late 30s. She had a son with her ex. He was abusive, and when she broke up, he used his family's money to ensure she lost all access to her son. The only time he let her see him, the kid called her a monster. She's moved on in life. She's fine, good even. Figured out how to be herself outside of the abuse her ex put her through. She hasn't seen her kid in 5 years. He should be about 16 now. And she always says, someday I might get that call. He was her baby. He still is her baby, and she is holding her breath forever in the hopes that someday he grows up and realizes he was fed lies and comes to see her, so she can tell him how much she did and always will love him. I don't know you or your mom, but as a mother, reach out. Whatever guilt you feel, it is for things your father bears the responsibility for. Give yourself a chance to get to know your mother again. I wish you both peace and joy and a new chapter in life. Dopey responds, man, you really got me emotional with this comment. This brought up a lot of memories. For a sec, I was wondering if you were a friend of my mom's. I'm sorry, but I'm glad she's doing better. I hope her son figures it out like I did, cause I feel like we lost too much time. So much stuff has happened in my life that I didn't let her be a part of. Thanks for this. Highly Forlorn says, it sounds like your mom realized you were being poisoned by your father, and that's why she said to call her when you were ready. Your mother loves you unconditionally. Give her a call, not a text or chat, a call. Or better yet, go see her and apologize in person. Admit that you recognize your father's part in all this and that you want a relationship with her. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And OP responds, I don't have her number or anything like that. Probably find her online, but I'm just nervous and kinda ashamed, especially with how long it's been. If you don't have her number but find her online, try writing your thoughts down or writing a letter. The best thing you can do along with apologizing is tell her your fears about reaching out, but also what you're hoping for. You have one mom and you never know how much time you have with her. Good luck. And let us know how it goes once you've reached out. Smiley face. And OP responds, thanks. I don't know why, but I'm really nervous. Guess we haven't seen each other in a long time. It might feel now like we're strangers. My girlfriend's coming over tonight to help me write a letter, so I know what to say. She knows I suck with words, lol. Well, I think the community's advice was great, particularly that first story from that first commenter. It's basically telling OP, dude, just reach out, she's waiting for you. So how about we now continue with OP's update to see if he did reach out to his mom. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the support and advice you gave in my last post about this. Feeling like crap about what I did and the nerves of talking to my mom again. You'll have helped me hope that maybe it would be okay and just say what I needed to say without wasting any more time. I found her on Facebook, so that's where I decided to message her. My girlfriend was really cool about helping me type what to say. She's helped me see a lot of stuff that I didn't want to see myself. The way my dad treated me and the crap that he did in the past. I owe her a lot for helping me. We probably spent like an hour on the message because I kept changing my mind about what to say. Kept it short though, because I wanted to say what I really needed to in person. She didn't read it until the next day, and she was asking me stuff like, how am I? That she's so happy to hear from me. We didn't chat too much because I wanted this to be in person, so we met up on Sunday. I was nervous as F. I almost cancelled, but I couldn't. By the way, thanks to the person who commented about the story of their friend and her son. That's the one that made me feel motivated to go, cause that broke my heart and I don't want my mom waiting like that. My girlfriend drove me, but I wanted to do the meeting alone. We got to her place. She let me in. I tried so hard to be cool. I needed to let it all out and tell her I am sorry for everything. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Avatar, but basically it felt like that Zuko Iroh hug at the end. She didn't let me finish everything I was saying and was just hugging me. At that point, I'm like shaking, crying. Then she was too. I think I cried so much I had a headache. That's how long it was. We calmed down and then we talked. I finished up everything I needed to say. how effed up I feel for treating her like crap, all because she was trying to get out of an abusive marriage and being who she is. Like, I admit it, for me, it felt weird seeing my own mom with a woman after my whole life only seeing her with my dad, but that wasn't an excuse to act like crap to her. My mom kept saying she doesn't blame me. Like all you said, she was just hoping I would stop being influenced by my dad and reach out on my own time. It was a long time talking. She told me some more stuff about what was going on back then and how much she missed me. I told her about school, my job, and my girlfriend. She told me she got married last year. It made me feel bad I wasn't there, but she says if I'm comfortable, maybe in the future I can meet her wife. And I said, yeah. I told her I just want us to talk again. Probably not gonna be how it was before, but to start something at least. We did some more crying, but when I left, I was happy. Oh, my girlfriend keeps telling me I was acting like a little kid coming back from Disneyland. Cause the whole ride I was talking non-stop about everything we talked about. I'm texting my mom now. It's still awkward because it's like, what do we say? We're gonna meet again this weekend and keep going from there. I'm really happy to finally do this. It's hard not to feel all guilty, even if she keeps saying she doesn't blame me for how things happened. I don't feel like it should have been this easy. She says there's nothing to forgive, but I don't know, it seems that I don't deserve it. Probably I'll start to feel different the more we hang out. Got lots to catch up for. I'm still pissed at my dad for all this, and myself too. I wish we didn't spend years not being in each other's lives. Well, OP, that is a happy ending. It's so cool that you and your mom are reestablishing a relationship and are being part of each other's lives at this point. Honestly, try not to beat yourself up for the time that you've lost. It wasn't your fault, and it's not like you can get it back, so just focus on what you can do today and in the future. And OP, regarding it being this easy, it wasn't easy. She's been waiting for 4 years for you to be part of her life again. It's not like she's going to put you through trials in order for you to gain her trust or anything like that. She loves you, she's your mom. Of course it was gonna take like 1 second for her to hug you as soon as she saw you. You don't need to try to understand it or make sense of it, but that's just how much a proper parent loves their child. And it truly is that simple. Anyways, OP, I'm really happy for both you and your mom. And I hope that the time you spend rebuilding your relationship and then just living your relationship is great. So all the best to the both of you. And now we move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Petty Revenge and it's by user Sifkad. When my friend doesn't pay back the amount I loaned him, I go petty, but in Indian style. So I remembered this story from a few years. For context, me and my friend, the characters of this, were both undergraduate students at the time, and our college fees and expenses were paid by our parents, as is the common practice in India. We were living in a different city from our homes where our college was, but also hailed from different places in our native state. So my friend who's kinda close to me asked me to loan him around 4,000 rupees, which is around $60. It might seem less to you, but that's like enough for me for half the month's expenses. My monthly expenses came around to 110 euros or 8,000 rupees, including my share of the rented house I shared with 5 other friends, utilities and food. So this guy was in dire need of 4,000 rupees and his parents wouldn't be paying him his monthly allowance until the start of the next month. He asked me to loan him. I agreed because I had a few bucks to spare because I did some online sales and had a bit of personal savings which I use for my personal stuff, so it wouldn't have been a problem. My friend had told me he would pay me after 1 month and I agreed. The month end rolls by and I knew he got paid by his parents, but I didn't ask him for money back then because I respected my word and waited for the 1 month period that he asked me to come by. A week later, the 1 month period on which he agreed to pay back the loan rolls by and I text him, when is he coming to pay me? He saw my message, blue ticks on WhatsApp, but ignores it. Messaged him again in the evening and the next morning. Now only double ticks but no blue ticks. Received but not opened the messages. Same story for 2 weeks, and he's now ignoring me on campus as well. By then, I was seriously getting frustrated, and had he asked me nicely to extend the period and gave me a valid reason, I would have definitely been okay. But no, he just ignored me without any replies whatsoever. Man, I do effing hate this ignoring without a reason crap. So here's the petty revenge part. I screenshot his messages of him asking me for money and agreeing to pay up after exactly 1 month. Also, all of my messages which he ignored. Then wrote a message and sent all the 3 to someone. The message was around these lines. Your son owes me 4,000 rupees and I am in need of that money back, but he isn't replying to any of my messages and is actively ignoring me on campus as well. Please do pay me back if you can, or ask him to pay me back, or else I will surely be circulating these screenshots in our common social circle. Yeah, the message was to his parents. We Indians consider honor to be of very high value, and if I send those screenshots to our social circle, his parents knew that the guy would be a laughingstock in our area for a good amount of time, and that can affect his studies as well, because students usually distance themselves from college when they have become the college laughingstock, right? Well, his parents sent him the cash after confronting him through a call, and I got my money back within the next day. I later heard that the guy was properly talked to by his parents, and a few of our common friends knew of the issue. Thus, he lost many of those friends as well. News spread that he tried to rip me off among our friends, and most of them distanced from him as well. The real pettiness here is, in India, you doing something bad or dishonorable and your parents finding out is the worst type of insult, because you lose your parents' trust, and that's one thing we Indians don't want to lose. And that is exactly why I sent the screenshots to his parents and not directly to our friends. Nicely done, OP. You played the game fantastically well. Here is why follow through is so important. If you give your word on something, follow through. Don't be a scumbag, just follow through. It's quite simple and easy to do. And OP, your ex-friend probably learned the lesson, although the hard way. Good for you, OP. And it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I certainly did reading them to you. So if you did, then go ahead and give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become a member of our Discord community that just keeps growing, and it is fantastic. And like I said in the beginning of the video, all of the relevant links are in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. And finally, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys enjoy this content, so thank you once again. And having said all that, I will see you guys in the next video.